Good afternoon. This is my Computer Information Technology 260 class final, and I'm going to start with explaining what a static variable is. A static variable it's a class variable, but it's not associated with an object of the class. So the way you call it is different, and like I said before, it's not dependent on an object. It's not related to an object of the class, but it is related to the class. An example of this is I have a variable in avatar view that is a private static int spot. And basically I just wanted to get the location of one of the avatars. I wanted to get their location, and so I'm using spot. That's just what I named it. And so then I have the function to get that's the number that I want to find the correct location. So here is the function public static int get spot. If you go over to game menu view, you'll see that I have int spot is equal to avatar view dot get spot. I did not have to call an instance of this class. I was just able to use a class name and the function name that I wanted to use. The difference between that and a non-static way to call something is you look over here and I have current supply view supply equals new current supply view. So here this is an instance or an object created for that class, whereas before this is not associated with an object. So that's the difference between static and non-static. For the next one, we're going to go through an array. Excuse me. One example I have is I have a 2D array, and that is in my map control. Wait, no. Map view. Sorry. Okay. In here in this code, you see I actually used a 2D array. So I have two for loops to lay out, because I'm telling it to print to this screen, the 2D array for the map. And along with checking for the map, I can also check inside and get a specific location. So I have a location here, map.get current location, and I can sit there and find out if it's equal to the location when you loop through both rows and columns. You'll check to see if it's equal, and if it is, then this is what it'll print out. Basically it'll show the different things depending on what current map location is equal to versus how I've set. Like here I have rows and columns, and I'm checking to see, did you visit it? If visited is set to true, it's going to print out these. And if it's not the current location and you haven't visited, then this is the second or the third way I'll print it out. So first is current location. This is the symbol to show that you're there. This shows that you've already been to a certain location, and this shows you have not visited that location yet. Okay, so what I'm showing you here is I can, after looping through the array, I can grab a certain index or a certain location depending on my needs and do what I need to do with it. Let's see. Okay, the next one we're going to show you is how to throw error exception or have exception handling. So here I go. created control supply. So basically what it's doing is it's just double checking everything. You've got a variable to be input, and then it's checking to say, okay, if it's too little or too much, it's going to throw an exception right here. So here's where I tell it what to say. I'm telling it, look, that's out of bounds, and it'll throw an exception. And then when we call control supplies to catch the error that I'm throwing, the error message that I want you to see, you go over here, and here's an example. So I have, it allows the user to enter in how many crates they want to use. And then I have it inside the try, I have the function that I'm calling inside the try, so that if it catches, if that number is out of bounds or it throws an error, it'll catch it right here, and it'll give you the error message so that you know that that number or whatever you did was incorrect and it needs to be redone. So that's where it catches it. Okay, the next one is, we're going to go over a little bit over character versus byte. I have an example where I wrote some code so that it would write to a file. So here is the display. And what I'm doing is I'm asking the user to give me a file name. Then here, right here, I'm checking to see if that is a valid file name. If it's not, then it'll throw out an error. And here's the part that's interesting. So here I have file writer, which is a character way to stream information, or character based, and I called it writer, and the new file writer, and then the file name that the user entered is put right here. And basically what I'm doing is I'm telling the writer, instead of printing it to the screen, I'm telling the writer to write this right here into the file. And unlike writing to the screen with this new line character right here, I found out you had to do a return first, then new line, for it to actually show up correctly into a file. So we did that here, and then we have the supply type, and then I tabbed it over and supply amount, and same thing again. Then I have a loop, so I'm looping through my supplies, and I'm then telling it to write the supply type, then I'm tabbing it over, then the amount that's in the supplies right here. And these are, and then at the very end, I'm telling it to return, so that each supply and their amount will be on the same line, but the next supply type will be underneath it. And the reason why I did a character-based one, usually from what my reading is, you usually do character-based even with text, because even though we can, most of our alphabet, thanks to the ASCII code, can be written in a byte, some Unicode and other things cannot be written in a byte. So what we have to do is we have to use a character stream. So because if there's anything that, say you want to write a character to a file, but it's larger than a byte, if you use a byte stream, it'll cut it off and actually separate it into two different characters, and that's not what you want to do. So you needed to keep it into a character. You needed to use a character-based file writing system to write correctly to the file. And then after I wrote to the file, I told the file to close, and I told it to say your report was done successfully. And then I have a catch for exceptions if there are any problems while doing this. Then the final, so So I explained a little bit about the difference of a character versus a byte, and I showed you a demonstration. So the next thing is to show you a demonstration of the game. So here's where we go. Okay, we have a little bit of a description here telling you that, this is a pirate game. You're going to be on the open seas and you need to look for treasure. Then it's going to ask you for your username, or your name, not your, yeah. Okay, and I don't have any saved games, so we're going to do new game. Here's the game menu. So what you can do is pirate or navy. You're picking your avatar. You're deciding if you want to be pirate or navy. So we're going to go ahead and enter P to pick our avatar. Now I'm going to pick pirate, and then I'm a girl, so I'm going to pick girl just for fun. And so when I picked it first, before I picked, it gave us a list of the avatars you can be. Then it told you to pick between navy and pirate. I picked, and then you can be boy or girl, and so I ended up as Pirate Scarlet. Now, if I want to check my name, say I forget who I am, then you can go to N in this display, and it should show you the same thing. I'm still Pirate Scarlet. So that's my avatar. That's what's picked. Let's see. The other thing you can do here is, let's see, is the plasma ship display map. Okay, we're going to get supplies. All right, so I'm going to get food. I want 10 crates of food. I'm going to do rum, and it shows me the percentage. I could have actually got more food. We'll do 5 crates. And again, it shows you the percentage. It's only 33% full. And then ammo. And then, let's see, we'll do 5 of that as well. Okay, I've gotten all the crates that I want to get, so I'm going to exit. So now I'm exiting out of that, and I'm back to the main menu. Now from here, if I want to see all the current supplies and amounts, press C. And if you scroll up, you'll see I have 5 crates of ammo, 10 crates of food, and 5 crates of rum. Excuse me. The next one we can do is do display map. So here is the map of your areas. So you have the starting point. You have either islands, which is isle, seas, port, and then the ending point. And so from here, that's where you can decide where you want to move. Let's see. Here, it will show you how many days of food you have, how many battles you can fight, and how much rum you have. So if I push F, I have 5 days of food. Ammo. I can fight 5 battles. Okay, and then we're going to exit this one. And next, we are going to go to our move function. So you can enter a row or column. So I'm going to pick, let's see, I'm going to go to 2, 0. Okay. So here it says we found a friendly location and we can move on. Let's see if I can find an unfriendly location. I want to move again. Okay, so here you go. See, we visited this spot. This is where we started. This is where we are right now. Let's try 2, 3. Oh, did that wrong. Forgot to put M for move. Okay, so 2, 3. Found another friendly location. Good for me. How about 2, 4? Okay, now we found an unfriendly location. So we have two choices. We can either stay and fight or we can try to get away from them. I am going to run away. Oh, I actually hit enter before I hit R, and so it's prompting me again, told me I entered the wrong value and to enter one again. So here we are. I'm going to run away. Let's see what happens. All right. It looks like, here we go. All right, so we got away this time. And then while I'm at it, what we can do is check our supplies and see how we're doing. So how are we doing? Sorry. This is all right, so we have 5 crates of food, so we're getting pretty low, so we better find the location. I was hoping to find, let's try moving one more time. I found an unfriendly location. Let's try 3, 2. All right, let's try fighting this time. So we're going to fight. And it says we're in the battle for our life, but we won. So you go here again to show supplies. We should be, you see that our ammo has gone down and so has our food, because each time that we move, we lose food. So we better find the treasure before we run out. So let's see what happens. I found a friendly location and I found the treasure, so I won the game. So that is the end of my demonstration. I hope you all enjoyed it and have a good night. Thank you very much. Bye.